Hey, what's going on, people? It's Leechermain here, and I'm back with another episode of Hunt the Truth. And this episode is called Episode 3, Critical Condition. And the last time we left off, Benjamin Gerard was just found out that it was possible that John, or whoever Master Chief was, had died, or was already dead, and he wasn't who they said he was. So he was trying to search more in this episode. He's searching more people, and he's beginning to find out more and more questions that he's asking. He's not getting the answers that he wants to get. For example, he's trying to make sure that that the record he has is a bad record. So he calls one of his friends, which his friend, he calls him like a senseless robot or an emotionless robot, because his friend just tells it to you straight. And his friend did some research and found out that, you know what, it's true, because John's parents were still alive, even though that the ONI had reported that John's parents were dead. So everything all his story is falling apart. His entire story is just dropping, and nothing is making sense anymore. So he still digs deeper, and he goes to talk to John's friend again, Ellie, and she tells him that, you know, the wrestling coach that you were talking about, boxing coach, there was never any boxing coach at our high school. And so his story is falling apart rapidly. So he calls the ONI, and the ONI basically just tells him, do you still want your job? So he freaks out and he's like, yeah. So he keeps on doing what he needs to do, and then he calls somebody else, and the person was one of the people that he had talked to earlier and had told him about how John was captured and all this stuff, and listed all these documentations. And he tricks the guy into telling him the truth in a way. He tells the guy, like, you hesitated when you were talking about Elysium City. And then the guy is just kind of like, I gotta go, I can't talk to you, which, you know, right there he lied. So, and then the other part of the issue is he didn't contact the guy with a block number in space terms. In space terms they use, he didn't contact the guy with on the non-federal line. He used the federal line, which means that anybody could have been listening, which means that, holy crap, everything is about to go down. And basically, this episode is just covering how, like I said in the last episode, or I said last time, I told you how John is very much was switched out. Dr. Halsey took actual children and switched them with clones. And one of the stories that we hear about in this episode is how John was put in the ring with 4 soldiers when he was like 12 or 13, and he killed 2 of the 4 soldiers, broke the spine of one of the 4 soldiers, and the other soldier, that guy's face was just completely demolished. So you can see, and the guy was hinting towards that this guy must have been genetically mutated, and the mutation or whatever John's process or all those children went through was illegal. We know that it happened, but the world doesn't know that it happened. The world doesn't know that Dr. Halsey did this to children. The world only thinks that they did this to ODST soldiers who are grown individuals and could handle the training. So the possibility that this actually happened just kind of is crazy. I know if this story gets out, the ONI is in a whole lot of trouble. So they're going through extreme lengths to cover their tracks and hide everything. But this is getting me really hyped up about learning more about Master Chief, learning backstories about him, and it's just so interesting, so entertaining. So if you get a chance, I'll leave the link to Hunt the Truth, the page where the podcast is, or the little 15-minute episode is, so you can listen to it for yourself and be entertained, because I believe it's a very entertaining thing. It'll be down in the description, and I think I might add, it won't let me add an annotation on the screen. But anyway, just go check it out. It's a whole lot of fun. It's really interesting, and I'll talk to y'all next week. Peace out, and God bless. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to let y'all know, I'm getting finals again, which is why I've not been able to post recently. School is kicking up once again, so I gotta focus on that. I'll be back as soon as I can be back, and I'll talk to y'all when I can. For now, it's gonna be a while, but, you know, I gotta handle school first, and then I'll do this afterwards. But I'll talk to y'all later. God bless y'all. Peace!